Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and boy is there a lot of drama with Charles Gasparino and Fox Business. I literally was driving my son to baseball practice and I heard Charles Gasparino. Let me make sure I'm saying, is it Gasparino? I think it's Gasparino. I heard Charles Gasparino on Fox Business with Liz Clayman today, talking about the SEC versus Ripple case and laying out the things we've been talking about, folks. We have mainstream financial media picking this story up, which should have been done a long time ago. So all of you out there, we begged you, you know who you are. I'm not going to name your names now because you know who you are. At this point, you know who you are. So when you finally decide to cover it just to save your own skin, we might have to point you out, okay? Because you were intentionally not covering the story, and you all know who you are. Now, before I get going, I want to say what I've been saying. I don't like this. I don't like doing this. I don't like having to do the job that the mainstream media should have been doing all along. I don't want to talk bad about Ethereum. I don't want to talk bad about Bitcoin. Don't want to talk bad about anybody. And I don't want to show anything that reflects bad on anybody. That is not why I came to this show. I want to talk about digital assets. But I want the truth. So here's the deal. All I've ever wanted on this channel is to have a level playing field in digital assets. And I knew that if there ever was a level playing field, that what Ripple has been doing and XRP, the digital asset, the greatest digital asset ever created, I knew that it would win on a level playing field. And I saw this thing unfold for years. And I knew I smelled a rat in this whole thing. I was right then. I'm right now. I knew it didn't make any sense when I watched all these guys trotted out there on CNBC for the last 3 to 4 years, and nothing they would talk. They would only talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I knew that they knew that what they were talking about was a lesser technology. And it was almost like somebody was trying to hold the floodgates back on the better tech, and they had some alternative agenda, because there was a reason that they were always just letting the Bitcoin and Ethereum people on, and we've talked about this on this channel for years. But all that said, I still want Bitcoin and Ethereum and everybody else to do well, but that I want them to do it on a level playing field, and may the best man win. And I hope several of them win, several digital assets. And I hope all of them do well that are real technology and all of that stuff. But I never have wanted it to be done. Look, I believe in free markets, and free markets, winners and losers are not picked by bureaucrats or the SEC or anybody else in a real free market, or JP Morgan or whoever. Nobody gets to pick winners and losers if it's actually a free market. And that's all I've ever wanted. That's all I want for my children. That's all I want for the people that are listening to me and have been listening to my channel. That's it. So when this thing's over, and I believe with every ounce of my being that the SEC is going to lose this thing. They may not call it losing it, but we're going to get some kind of a settlement, and it'll give them some kind of an out. They'll probably get a little fine. I believe that that's going to happen, and when it happens, I'm done with this. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to show any more video of anybody having to do with Ethereum or anything else. That's not why I'm here. All I'm here for, always have been, is a level playing field. That's what I want, because I know that we were right all along about what XRP is and how great the technology that is XRP compared to everything else. And I think that there's been alternative agendas going on that have held it back. That's my rant. But please, as soon as this is done, I'm done. I'm out of here as far as talking about any of these. I just want to, hey, I own Ethereum, folks. I've said it 1,000 times on this channel. I want it to do well, but not only Ethereum because somebody behind the scenes is trying to make it be the only one. No, not that way. All right. The official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel has something to say this morning. So let's go with him.
Gary, are you there? Gary, what was that testimony yesterday? Saying there's 35 things fall under a security. And you know, the law is very clear. Well, I agree, the law is clear. You can't have an ICO. So the question is, why was Ethereum allowed to have an ICO, Gary? And your fastest settlements, you know that's XRP. And one more issue I had, Gary. So a stable coin can be a security. Is that because when you give $1 for one token, you have the security that it's 1-to-1? Gary?
He's saying XRP because that's how Gary Gensler says it. Okay, funny stuff. And he also, the official cool guy, also tweeted out the official new look for the official honest mainstream media reporter of the Digital Asset Investor channel. We've put green eyes on Charles Gasparino. This guy is the official honest mainstream media reporter of the Digital Asset Investor channel. This is a good look for him. And he's fighting the good fight now. So I'm going to show you, Charles Gasparino had a series of tweets, and he finished the day by being on Liz Clayman's show, and I heard the whole clip, and my son's in the passenger seat, and I said, son, this is because of what we've been talking about on Twitter and on YouTube. That's why this is being talked about. We've been fighting the good fight. And that's what this has been about, is fighting the good fight. Now, and doing something that my children can be proud of. So here's Charles Gasparino. The first thing he says, what may need to happen with crypto regs is a creation of a new separate regulatory agency. It's too much of a gray area now, and the SEC is regulating through enforcement, which is always opaque. It's turning out to be like insider trading, which is defined based on who is running the government. And I said, it's turning out to be like, I quoted him, ding, ding, ding. Then there's this. This is Charles Gasparino again. Breaking something crypto mom Hester Pierce recently told me, and it rings very true here. Without consistent regulations on cryptocurrencies, SEC will stifle innovation in the U.S. and innovation will move elsewhere as it is doing. In my humble opinion, maybe that's the government's end game to kill the biz. Okay? Now, pay close attention to who he included. SEC Gov. Okay? That's the SEC's thing. There's a difference between that and SEC enforcement, who are the actual attorneys, I guess. All right? Now, here we go. The same guy, Charles Gasparino. This guy's all over it. What may need to happen with crypto regs is okay, that's the same tweet. Now, go to the next one. This is important. And I will go over why this is important. Pay close attention here, folks. Breaking SEC enforcement. He doesn't copy the SEC. He says SEC enforcement, as in maybe the attorneys that are in the suit. Sources tell Fox Business the logic of the agency's case versus Ripple is that the company's infrastructure is still being built out, so XRP, the token which was used to finance the thing, is considered a security. Ethereum infrastructure is totally built out and has been for years, thus it's clearly a commodity. Hester Pierce argues that all may be the case, but as SEC splits hairs, crypto innovation is being stifled, so what's needed is a safe harbor that pulls back all this enforcement action developing. Okay? So I replied to him with this first. I wanted to show him this because remember what he says up here. The company's, it's still being built. Ripple's infrastructure is still being built, but Ethereum's is done. Well, the question then is, okay, Ethereum raised their money in the pre-sale. This is their intended use of revenue document. I've shown this before. they 76.5% of the money was going to be used to develop the Ethereum platform, right there in their own words. Okay, so that's a SEC lawsuit right there. Why didn't that happen? That's first thing. Okay, now follow me. So he says their infrastructure is built, which is completely and utterly ludicrous. Ethereum's infrastructure with Ethereum proof of work that they have now doesn't even work. It doesn't scale. The gas fees are ridiculous. The infrastructure, not only is it not finished, it doesn't work. Okay? Everybody knows this. This is all like, are we all taking crazy pills here? But if you assume that that works, they're not even sticking with it. They're going to Ethereum 2.0. Because it doesn't work, they're going to Ethereum 2.0, which is a new infrastructure. And look what I found. Well, let me see if this is the same thing. Breaking sources tell, no. Let me see if I found where I put it. Oh, not that. This one. I think it's this one. So what I did is I went back into Joseph Lubin's tweets, and I found a tweet from Joseph Lubin where he says right here, upon a new decentralized protocol trust foundation, a better global IT infrastructure is in the early stages of construction, April 21st, 2020. So Joseph Lubin says they're in the early stages of this infrastructure. And so I said, hey, Charles, I'm not sure what the SEC knows, but that Joseph Lubin does, the co-founder of Ethereum, doesn't know. But according to him, as of April 21, 2020, the infrastructure is in the early stages of construction. And that's after it was declared, that's after Ethereum, by Hinman's speech, was declared a non-security, right? Even though that was his personal opinion, right? Okay, and then there's this. Breaking one of two. The SEC enforcement sources tell, okay, that's the same tweet. He's tweeted so many, they all run together. So I had to ask this after his tweet. I said, did they give their, this is not the official position of the SEC disclaimer before talking to you? I mean, and then there's this, okay? I wanted to show, there's this. With Charles Gasparino, for the first time, SEC, this is what I want you to understand about that tweet. For the first time, the SEC totally abandoned the Ethereum is sufficiently decentralized argument. Now think about this. This is what's been in the court all this time. Is the Hinman speech. Ethereum was sufficiently decentralized, and therefore it's not a security. That was the whole argument. Apparently, they told Charles Gasparino today that they completely abandoned that argument and said that the reason they went after Ripple is because their infrastructure is not built out, but Ethereum's is. Now, do you know what the Ripple attorneys would do with that in court if they were still in court? They would rip these guys to shreds if they're trying to totally abandon the old argument. The other thing about his tweet is they then pivoted to safe harbor from Hester Pierce. And they floated the idea that you could just get rid of all these enforcement actions and everybody just be given a safe harbor. I smell a way out, and not for Ripple, but for the SEC. This is what I think. I think that what we just saw, starting with a few days ago when Hester Pierce came out of nowhere and started talking about how she disagreed with Gary Gensler and that she thinks there should be a safe harbor. I think this is their out. I think this is the way that the SEC gets out of this thing with some egg without having egg all over their face. I think that's what this is about. Now, here's the other thing about that comment. When is the last time you heard anything other than no comment during an ongoing lawsuit? These people don't do that. They don't comment in these kind of things they don't comment when there's an ongoing case, but they commented to Charles today. And you have to ask yourself why. Then I heard the whole clip today of Charles Gasparino on the Liz Clayman show on Fox Business, and that clip is going to float out sometime tonight, I'm assuming. I couldn't find it anywhere. But I do want he laid the whole thing out, by the way. He literally called this whole SEC debacle a mess, folks. Stay tuned and be looking for the video. I told them right here, we are ready to take this video viral. It's coming. I'm the digital asset investor who did not want to be involved in this. I was forced into this because the truth was not there, and I knew it. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that we've been right all along, and all we've been doing is showing the freaking truth in their own words, and all the chickens have come home to roost. Thanks for listening.